Greetings, how y'all doing to all the YouTube watchers who happen to fall into my YouTube channel? Y'all know my real name, but I'm going by the name of Satguru. Satguru, basically Satguru. What Satguru means is, it means true teacher. Okay? So, what I would like to give, the little bit of knowledge that I give can actually turn somebody's life out there around. Just a little bit. The ideas and concepts that I give can actually turn people's life around. Just a little bit. And people don't understand. If everybody gave just a little bit of truth, just a little bit of righteousness, just a little bit of peace, just a little bit of love, if everybody could do that at the same time, it would change the planet's vibration, metabolism, you name it. This planet is a living organism that we and the planet has a relationship beyond our comprehension. And what do I mean by that? Well, you ever heard of the Bannister effect when he talk about plants can feel your emotions? Or what's the Japanese scientist's name? Michio? Is that his name? If I'm saying it incorrect. The Japanese guy that talk about water can feel your emotions and how you can change that. I just want everybody to understand those things. If we just be truthful, why? Nobody's here is perfect, first of all. But if we could just be truthful for a little bit, it could change the dynamics of our life for everybody's life who wants to be changed. I know a lot of people out there, you cannot tell me you don't feel something strange, something different, something unexplainable sometimes. And they like to use false news, false media, conspiracy, all these different types of words to make you feel as if something is wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. You're absolutely 110% into what is of the dualities of this world and the pluralities of this world. You are on point. You are directly in the middle. And I'm going to share 2 videos and 2 speeches from 2 different people who have 2 different ways of expressing themselves. One is Cardi B and one is Lauryn Hill. Is that not like freaking fire and water? You understand what I'm saying? They are of 2 different caliber of people. One use a lot of my nigga, you know what I'm saying, and it's okay. And one talks more of, that got the jaw in their life, and it's okay. But you know what? They both expressing the same concept. And this is what I've learned in my life, and my mother told me. You can learn from a child, and you can learn from a bum. You can learn from the top, and you can learn from the bottom. And people don't understand that. They try to fake it around like, oh, he's a bum. You can learn from anybody. And this is the problem with us. We're narcissists, and we're egotistical, and we have these arrogant moments, and we have these super duper egos, like, that's out of this world. Our freaking mind is beyond the universe. you know, as far as what we think. Because I'm going to tell y'all the truth. The truth of the matter is when a certain humbleness does not come into you, you start taking on the characteristics of what spiritual people call the Shaitan, the Iblis, the Lucifer, the Satan, the accuser, and all these types of negative entities. You start taking on them. And then sooner or later, instead of eating from the tree of life, you start eating from the tree of the Kalipoth. Instead of eating from the Kabbalah, you eating from the Kalipoth. You know? And that tree of the Kalipoth, and I'm going to tell you the difference between these two trees. The Kalipoth is a tree that your reality, and you can be spiritual, and I want you to listen to this very clearly. Your reality of life is built on the concept of duality of God. I'm going to repeat that again. Your very life is built upon the concept of your perception of the duality of God. And what do I mean by that? The duality of God is this. There is opposing forces. Now those opposing forces is in this dimension. I'm going to explain to you why and how and what is so important about these so-called opposing forces. Now, here's where we get crazy. We say hot, you say cold. That's opposing force, right? But where do it come out? It comes out from a single element, which is hydrogen, regardless. Right? There's opposing forces, because if you don't know, hydrogen is fire and water and oxygen. And when you get that, you get earth somewhere in there, you know? But it's definitely fire and water. So Lauryn Hill and Cardi B is like hydrogen. Hydro and gen. Hydrogen. Okay? So one is like fire, one is like oxygen. You know what I'm saying? So I want these ladies to talk about what's going on, because a lot of us, and I feel bad, it's like millions, it's over 8 million people here in New York City. My job consists of easily over maybe 15,000 employees out of 2 campuses. If you add the third one over, we're talking a lot of employees for this state and this city, right? It's not bad. I give it up to the ones who have the creation of creating this type of business, because most of us wouldn't even think about creating medical institutions and things like that. You know, I'm gonna be honest, because honesty is the best policy. You know, if you be truthful to yourself, you can get closer and closer to that creator, to that spirit. As in Hindu, they will tell you your whole thing is to reunite yourself with Brahma. That's your whole world that you live in. Your whole world is to reunite yourself with Allah. Your whole world is to reunite yourself with Jah or with Yah. Your whole world is to reunite yourself with Nami. Your whole world is to reunite yourself with Ohonru. I hope I said that name right. Olorum. Ohonru. African is a very hard language for me when I speak English, right? But lucky for me, the Creator can give me wisdom beyond, because there's something, I'm going to tell y'all something about language. Okay. Speaking, writing, and seeing, and these sights and senses and stuff, that somatic perceptions that we have, that's only a small percentage of form of communication. So the Creator could speak through you through many different channels, non-verbally. Don't have to say a word, non-verbally. So I just want y'all to realize that the Creator could communicate to you more non-verbally. You could communicate to each other non-verbal. You just have to elevate and resonate your vibration levels and frequencies on a higher level. You could conjure people to meet you at a certain location. If y'all start to vibrate on that same frequency, it's like radio broadcasting. You understand certain, you got 92 point this and you got 97 point that, right? These are tunes, right? But these are vibrational waves that go through on that frequency. If y'all meet on that frequency, you be like, yo, how you know I was thinking about you? How you know I was going to tell you to meet me here? You can't explain it off the grip. You know what I'm saying? Because you haven't become spiritually acquainted with understanding that you have the capability, you have the ability to do it, and you have the capability. And you did it, but you didn't understand how you did it. Many times, we are like the Wizard of Oz characters. You know, you got the Scarecrow, you got the Lion, you got the Tin Man, right? And the one who pulled the curtain on the wizard was the dog. You flip it, it was God who pulled the curtain. And the reason why is that because he always wanted you to know that behind all of this bullcrap, there's someone behind the curtain, the spook behind the door who's making the noise, and we just don't see it because it's using tools that's of higher caliber, and it takes the Creator to bring this forward so you can see. Notice the dog was black, so you can see the real light that the Creator brings out of the darkness, because the Creator is formless. We can't see the Creator on a higher level if we're not using the right eye. And we see the beauty and the majesty of the Creator, but we can't see the Creator. You understand what I'm saying? And if you don't understand, I'm just totally sorry for you. But like I tell everybody, we are those characters. Sometimes we want to think, right? Sometimes we want to have that courage. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we want to have that, the smartness, you know, the intelligence, you know. We want to have that heart, you know what I'm saying? So what did it say? It says strength, heart. It's talking about physical, it's talking about the mental, and it's talking about the spiritual. Those were the characters. God was with them, and Dorothy, that was us. We're walking on this so-called yellow brick road called the Sirata Mustaqim, called the straight path, called all types of different beautiful names throughout the most beautiful spiritual texts in the world that we call AKA religion. But remind you, I told many people this a long time ago, I am not pleased with religious people. I'm very spiritual. My Creator that I know is a Creator that created all the flowers and all the animals. And guess what? The Creator is not a race into racism. He created all types of different flowers. Am I right or wrong? With all types of different fragrance, with all types of different functions and features. Am I right or wrong? Talk to me. He created us, and although we got eyes and nose and mouths, we don't have the same damn fingerprint at all. And you got people who died and we still don't have the same fingerprint. So don't you dare ever tell my Creator that. And then my Creator could speak for self. Like it says, I don't need no one to speak for me. The Creator could speak for itself. But I'm letting you know, don't step on thy toes. As the Messiah said, thou shalt not test God. I'm letting all of y'all know, rather y'all be black, white, yellow, red, brown, blue, purple, gray, I don't give a damn who you are. Rather you be a billionaire or a damn poor heir. You know, don't test God. God is real. You know, you talk about quantum physics, quantum mechanics, all this. We've been had that. That's late. There's nothing new under the sun. You just didn't realize that. When you got people who will tell you that, oh, your ancestors didn't build this, it come from aliens. Now you got people all on the extraterrestrial, what in Islam they call Alameen. And I know right now Islam is not giving a good vibe. But this is the thing that people don't understand. It's not Islam. It's the people. It's like Christianity. It's not Christianity. It's the people. Judaism, it's the people. Hindu, it's the people. Buddhism, it's the people. Shinto, it's the people. Tao, it's the people. Has nothing to do with the spiritual text. It's the people. Like I tell somebody, if any of the prophets was ever to come back into that, what we claim is the religion of those prophets, they would look at that and say, we ain't never did this. We never said this, as a matter of fact. It's a fact. It's not fiction. And I could bring those stuff up on another video. Like I told people, I am a Muslim, not by no doggone, well, you was born and you're Arabic and you speak this and all of that. No. That doesn't make you Muslim. I'm gonna put true facts out there. The true fact of the matter is that the Creator brings whoever He wants into the fold of our Islam. You could take Shahada. You could pray to the Pope. You could pray bishops, high priests, whatever you want to do. None of them brings you to any form of spirituality. They can bring you to religion. That's what they create. And that's why you see divisions, because of humans. Divisions comes from those who call themselves high priests and stuff like that. Think about it. While everything is wiped out poor, right? What are the most richest places? The synagogues, the temples, the churches, rich. And then we get taxed by the government. And I'm going to tell y'all something. These two, they act like look, one is masculine, one is feminine. Who's the masculine one? The government. Who's the feminine one? The doggone religions. They are the ones that try to nourish your soul. Like a woman try to breastfeed you. Like a woman, they try to take care of you, you know. Like a woman. And who's the masculine one? The government. The government is like a father figure. It's the one that whoops your ass. I don't gotta say it like that, but let's keep it a little real. I know a lot of people, but man, that's a bad thing. I can mean a donkey, an ass, right? Come on, this is English language. We can play with now. We can play logistics and use neurologistical programming and all types of bull crap all day long. If you want to go there, it won't work. All right, not with this one. All right, because all I do is I just walk away and let you mentally masturbate all day long. It's all right with me. It doesn't hurt me at all, because I know that you and I will be judged. That's it. So rock on, baby, rock on. You know what I'm saying? If that's the way y'all want to do things, because people are not being truthful. You know, I'm creating an organization, this God is King movement, right? And what it's really all about is all of the spiritual texts that we know, instead of arguing about who's right, who's wrong, who's great, who's less great. You know, that's ego. And I call it ego in culture, ego self, ego religions, not ego spirituality, because there is no ego in spirituality. Spirituality is the true path, the straight way to the Creator. And you know who lays right there? You know who waits right there? In Islam, it tells you who waits on your straight path. When Dorothy was going through that stuff, Who waited on that yellow brick road? Who told her to go on the yellow brick road? She had to go to the yellow brick road because you had to find your way through this craziness, right? Shaitan waits right on the straight path. And all he asks is to give him the day of respite until they resurrect. You know what he's talking about, resurrect or raise? He's talking about our ownership, our responsibility, that Godness in us to resurrect. Because hold your breath and see how long you can hold it. Whose breath is that? That's the Spirit of God. Right here, right now, with you. So has God left you? No. But you have mentally locked God out of your life. Isn't that crazy? God is right and with us right now as I speak. The words that come out, how it comes out, this has nothing to do with my brains and trying to do all that function. That's just too damn much for a brain. And I'm not trying to belittle our brain, but God is right with us. That's how come we built so magnificent things. Because God is right with us. Isn't that crazy? That the Creator, the all-omnipotent power is right here, right now. When you're listening to this voice, God is speaking to me, to you. Because that's what Sataguru is all about. It's about the true teacher. Who's the true teacher? I'm not the true teacher. That's why I use Sataguru. Because Sataguru is the true teacher, and there's only one true teacher that I know. I just use that name because it's beautiful. Which is the Creator. That's the true teacher. So I call myself Sataguru. Because Sataguru wants to speak the true teachings. And that's why I'm like, bring the Bhagavad Gita, bring the Quran, bring the Upashar, bring whatever. Come with your tribal stuff. Talk about Nami Yi Ohinu. I'm with that. Let's go and talk about the Dogon tribe. Let's do it all. I'm there, right there. Why? Because the Creator, through the Quran, has given me Sataguru, true teachings. I'm not here to try to teach people and say, hey, you need to do this and that. No, the Creator calls you. Where you know how they say, we have a saying, get in where you fit in. And if you fit in as your personality characteristics or related more to a Christian-like setting, it's cool with me. But remember something. The Messiah is all about reverence to the glory to the Creator. The glory to the Creator. Not about himself. No way, no how, no. I will show that straight in your own diggity BBB Bible. I won't even go through no other text but the Bible if you're a Christian. I will make you bow down to the King, and it's not the Messiah. I'll make you bow down to the King, and it's not Muhammad. I'll make you bow down to the King. It's not Ibrahim. It's not Musa. It's not Buddha. It's none of them. It is the King, the Lord Supreme, over all things seen and unseen, formless and forms. The Alpha and the Omega, which he had no beginning nor no ending. So you don't know what's the beginning and what's the ending. This is the Creator. This is what I serve and worship. And I ask those who really understand what I'm talking about is to write with me. Ride this through with me. Let's work together. You could be a Christian because that's what works with you. But you will understand all the other beliefs. And trust me, when I say you will understand them, you will say, wow, yes, I was being taught wrong all along because you was following religion, not spirituality. When you listen to the Messiah, he will tell you straight off the back who sent him and who gets glory. He said, surely you know if I spoke of my own words, you would have known that already. But if I speak in the words of the Creator, you know that I speak what? Sataguru. True teacher, true teachers of the Creator. And that's what the Messiah spoke. And because the religious people wanted to maintain their control over the people and take their money, as well as the government is taking your money, and it's not even about money, it's about energy, it's about your power, it's about your control, it's about what the Creator given you called free will. The government is trying to imprisonate your free will, and the religions of the world is trying to imprisonate your free will. But y'all don't see that because you're not following the Sataguru, the true teachings. And the true teachings is this: although it's a flower of many multiple colors and fragrance and frequencies that shows the beauty of the Creator in all its honors and planes, and it's just a flower. So some people just like roses. Well, it's cool, but recognize there's lilies, and lilies are flowers. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this comes from who? The Creator. This earth was here before us. This earth was here for us to rule in righteousness with love, peace, kindness, joy, wisdom, and we took on the attributes of Shaitan. Now look at the world. You could go to any museum, excuse me, any museum, and you will see how nature was so beautiful until we call ourselves civilizing that which the Creator created. And you're going to tell me that we're not going to be held accountable for it? Then why would the government or the religious institution tell you that you will be punished or have punishment or have something called death row? Huh? They want to extinct you from this existence? Remember this. Three entities tried to kill the Messiah. And I'm going to say that again. 3 entities tried to kill the Messiah, and they all 3 are held accountable. 1, religion. High priests, Sadducees, Pharisees, all those of scholarly lights and learning back then tried to set the Messiah up to kill him because the Messiah was giving them that Sataguru, that true teaching from the true teacher who sent him to give that Sataguru. Right? Then, 2, well, the number 1, let me make that one 2. The number 1 of that was Shaitan. Tried to get him to commit suicide. Huh? And then tried to make him bow down to him. Huh? And take on falsehood. And you know you have morals, right? We have something called integrity. Right? This is what the Creator given us, free will, y'all. I mean, you could kiss butt, lick butt, take toilet tissue, wipe somebody's booty, put it in your mouth and eat it and everything like that and tell you it tastes like chocolate. Okay? Cool with me. But you know what? At the end of the day, you will be held accountable for that stinky breath that you hold. Right? Why? Because the Creator told you thou shalt not live by bread or food or anything of that alone. He's talking about a hierarchy of spiritualness that we have. But we rather listen to the one, which is Shaitan, who brings a duality concept of the Creator into a duality dimension. And I want you to understand that the Creator is not second. There's nothing second to the Creator. There's one. That's it. One. Because when you play numbers around, it goes back to the what? One. It all stems out of the one. Now, here's the thing. One is what you see. And the Kabbalah, they call that Keter. Keter might be the one that you see. It's the crown. It might be that one that you see. But to see that one, and you'll be fortunate to see it, you have to resonate to a higher level. Because there, once you get to that Keter, you have to go through what is called Binah and Shekma, what is called wisdom and understanding. And it's going to look at you and say, do you have the understanding to put that crown on your head? You understand that? Understand that and overstand that. Thank you, Dr. Phil, Father Times. Now, this is the thing that people don't understand. Also, Shaitan is one. Then the religions are two. Then the cap of that is the government. Government, meaning ruler of your mental. These are people who rule your mental. And how can I explain that to you? Just read people like Jose Delgado, and you'll know that your mental is being ruled. Oh yeah, I'm sorry I have to break the Sunday news to you, but you're being ruled. Because you're not following the Messiah. You're not following the Muhammad's. You're not following the prophets at all. They're the ones who gave the word, right? And you're following somebody else. As they would say, you're following Shaitan. And this is why I tell people, when you want to understand what is really going on, just read in the Quran. And you don't have to love the Quran. Just read Surah 7, which is called the Heights. Why is it called the Heights? Because it's bringing you to ascension. When you say I am, you say you ascended. I, ascending master. Ascending master, meaning you resonating up the chakras, the kundalini rising to the crown, to come out, to focus outward. Boom! And you've gone with it. And I'm going to explain this, but it is those three principles, those three entities. Those is what I call the Trinity of Hell. Shaitan, religions, and governments. And people, you don't have to believe that. You can take that with a grain of salt. Or as they say, why should thou cast out pearls amongst swine? And you know, if you ever read the scriptures before, you know, excuse me, what can live in swine? Demonic forces. If anybody ever understands something about demonic forces, they love sacrifices of pig blood. Pigs are scavengers. They live off the dead and the living. They have no morals on what they will eat. If you never saw a real pig, you see domesticated pigs. And if you think they're nasty, wait till you see the real natural pig. They call they boars. It will eat you alive. It eats your baby, eat your grandmother, your mother, your father, your sister. It will eat you alive. You'll feel like you in hell. A boar does not play. It's a big, ugly, nasty beast with maggots and all types of stuff sometimes coming out of his mouth and with saws, and it makes this horrible noise and this horns, and it is serious, and you better have something real strong to kill that damn beast, because if you don't, it'll eat you. It will. Just giving you facts. You don't have to believe that, though. It's okay. You don't have to believe that, you know. You don't have to believe that whatsoever. But what are you going to believe? You're going to hear fire and water. I call Cardi B, I call her fire, because she speaks with fire. Because she's like, nigga, fuck that, this and that. She gets it in. And I call Lauryn Hill water, because she's like life. She's just, you know. So, let's get it. Let's get it in. Which one y'all want to start from? Let's start with fire first. And I want y'all to listen to what she's saying.
Wow, whack, bro. It's crazy. Like, in order for you to live this type of lifestyle and see all these beautiful views, you gotta be a fake ass person, bro. And I hate being fake. I was never a fake bitch. But now I gotta act like shit don't bother me. Like, I gotta act like shit is so cool. I gotta act like I don't give a fuck. And I do give a fuck. I definitely give a fuck. You wanna know why I give a fuck? Because I'm a fucking human being. And I'm not used to people talking shit about me. I'm not used to people talking shit about me and I don't do nothing. I'm the type of person that if a bitch talking shit about me, I'll punch her right in her closure. Or I'm the type of person that if a nigga talking shit about me, I send my niggas out. But I can't even do none of that. Like, I feel like I'm a prisoner. I'm a prisoner to the fame, bro. I'm a prisoner to the fame. I'm a prisoner to the fame. I'm a prisoner to the money, like. And that shit is whack. I'm making so much money and I'm mad fucking miserable. The only real nigga that I ever fucked with was Tommy. That was the only nigga that loved me for me. All these niggas, they just love me because I'm Cardi B. That nigga fell in love with balconies. All these niggas don't love me for me. They only love me for what can I do for them.
So that was Cardi B. And she appears to be what? Fed up with the fakeness. It's a lot of, let me tell y'all something. It's a lot of people out there that's fake. We all know this and we all can agree with this. But see, this is the thing. When you read Source 7, you understand who lies straight in that straight path. Like Dorothy. Who put it in her head that she never could go back to Kansas? That she had to follow this yellow brick road. Okay? Who put it in her head that she had to follow that yellow brick road? It's a suggestion. But it was clearly the path of the Creator. Why? Because the Creator wanted to expose you to the wizard who was doing quantum. Freak that. I'm coming with the new latest scientific discovery. Quantum sorcery. Yeah, that shit is deep. You could look that up for whatever you want to do. Look that up. Quantum sorcery. We talking about physics and mechanics. Okay? Yeah, look that up. That's not some fake stuff I'm speaking right now. Because you know this is Sataguru. I'm speaking that true. That's Sata. It's true. I'm speaking that true. Okay? So you could look that up. You could be your own guru, okay, and look that damn thing up. Quantum sorcery. Look it up. And tell me what you think about it. If you understand quantum physics, and you understand a little bit of quantum mechanics, I ain't talking about you gotta be the expert of that stuff. Because, you know, you got the Einsteins and the Teslas and all of that, and the Nakis and all of that. Oh, a lot of people known, unknown, that didn't know about quantum mechanics and physics a long time ago, that knows that we live in a parallel universe and a holographic universe, meaning that whatever we think it, as a man think it, so shall it be. What do I mean by that? Think about this. We are here powerless in a sense. Who told us we powerless? It's the school trainings that we have, right? So that part of that is the government. Who else tell us we powerless? Religion. Oh, religion tell us we very powerless. But see, this is Sata Gur. You know, Sata means true. Teacher. I'm not the teacher. The teacher is teaching through me to you. You gotta be right. That's all I'm telling you. And you can make mistakes. You know why? Because the Creator is merciful. You're not asking the Creator, yo, man, I don't give a damn about nothing. Just give me to the day respect. Fuck everybody. I will fucking take everybody's money. I don't give a fuck. I fucking slap their grandmamas and all types of stuff. You're cursed like that. Right? People go, whoa, whoa. Oh my gosh, did he curse? Oh my gosh. How can you be a spiritual person and curse? Please, y'all. Don't act like you don't know. You know something when people try to play it off, oh, I'm this and that. The Creator tells you to bear arms against somebody who's going to come and try to mess with you. And the Creator is like, you know what? You did a great job. You ain't go out there and start trouble, but damn it, don't you dare not be ready for trouble if it came your way. You know? Why? Because the body have something called white blood cells, right? I know Jehovah's Witnesses, they'd be big on, oh, you shouldn't fight, you shouldn't do this. They're a bunch of, their leadership is a liar. Straight up. Like all religion leadership is a liar. Straight facts. They're not spiritual, they straight facts. They are killers of every prophet that ever existed. And they take the words of the spiritual text and they have falsified it, hidden documents, burned documents. Why? To get it a certain way. But you can't fool the Creator. The plans of the Creator is so doggone big, you can't stop it. And I tell people like this, and this is an easy thing. When you have somebody like in Islam, that you have people who are Hafiz, who memorize the whole Quran, how you going to fool a person like that? Stuff will still be spilling. Birds will even teach you parts of the Quran. You know? You'll be amazed. The earth will teach you parts of the Quran. The Bhagavad Gita, the Torah, the Injil, what we call the Gospels, right? Right? The Upshurs, all of these books. Telling y'all. Now, that was fire. Now, let's go to water. Water is Lauryn Hill, by the way. I call her water.
Oh, God. And now, let me tell you, where I am now, I accept and I understand that I don't know anything. First of all, you know, the music industry is just a microcosm of the world. So whenever you stand for something and you stand for goodness and truth, you will always get resistance. That's period. Whether you're in the pharmaceutical industry, the record industry, or whatever. Whenever you stand for truth and for the service, you know, the service of others. See, I could make money very easily. I could make records that are self-indulgent and, you know, basically self-promote me. I could do that. Promote myself. That was redundant, but you know what I mean. You know, just do those things. It's very easy. As a matter of fact, you know, lyrically as an MC, that stuff comes easy. But in order to promote something higher, I mean, I feel now, at the ripe old age of 25, that the only thing that I could do is serve others. You understand what I'm saying? And because there are people who have not reached that point in their walk, you know, yes, there's a little anger, there's a little resentment, because you raise a standard. You know, you especially when you do it and you make some noise, you know, and you do it and people actually listen to what you have to say, and like your record is bumping on the radio and you're saying something that holds a mirror up to a lot of the negativity and self-indulgent things and messages that a lot of other people, but we're all young. I mean, I have a hard time being so hard on the music world, especially hip hop, because most of them come out of the hood 17 years old, having no clue or concept, having no concept of what life really is. And because hip hop is so fast and what we like changes so quickly, by the time they do get a concept, they're no longer making records. So I've been put in this unique position. I have this very unique responsibility that God has made me aware while I still have the mic. And it's like I was expressing to my good friend today, I said, my mother, she taught me, she raised me with certain morals and certain standards. But, like any kid, when I was out there with my friends, I cut up, I wilded out, acted up, amongst people whose mothers may not have taught them the same ideals. But every time I acted up, it was like my mother was always right there. She was always there, like, Lauren, I see you and you know better. And I got in trouble. And that is how my Father in heaven responded to me. Listen, I told you don't do that. I told you don't do that. And I told you better have the courage, because the kids, they may talk about you. They might say bad things about you, but when you come home, what I have waiting for you, if you do what I tell you to, and also what I have waiting for you if you don't. So that's enough for me. That's enough for me. I have reached a place, and I'm telling you, I'm so blessed to have reached this place where, 5 years ago I was so thin-skinned. Whatever anybody said was just, oh my God, they don't like this rhyme, and oh my songs, and and then one day I woke up. And it was like my skin was it was so thick, it was impenetrable by those fiery darts. They just had no effect. And I realized that was a strength and a confidence that only came from a higher source. And, we have to be determined, and you have to know that, for me now, I'm learning that it's more important to be righteous than to be right. I've tried to be right. This is right. This is an injustice. This is a travesty. I'm right. But I've been very unrighteous. And still right. Oh my God, because you can attack someone completely right, but it doesn't resolve anything. It doesn't solve your problem. So I understand now that the battlefield and that the war is so much greater than what we see before us. I live in this physical body. This is like my address, like 22 Edith Terrace. I just gave everybody my address. That's my address. Fight me. No. But this is where I live. But there's something much deeper. Who I am, has nothing to do with, the hair and the shoes and stuff, even though I like shoes. But, it has nothing to do with that. So and what I do, I find there's a lot of power in prayer. So I pray for the people who don't understand me. And I tell you, to be honest with you, I pray more now to be understood. To understand than to be understood. I pray now to learn how to love than to be loved. Because God has given me an abundance. So, I don't need God. These people don't understand me. They think I'm crazy. Every time I'm on the mic, they think, it's not about that. I pray that I understand them so that I can talk to them, minister to them even more. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just not afraid of, it's of no effect. It's immaterial to me. Because our enemies are not physical bodies. They're actually our family. They don't know it, and we don't always know it. But our enemies are not, they're not flesh and blood. And our problems are not flesh and blood, even though we think they are. I hope that I know that was very, I don't mean to sound ethereal, because what I'm saying, I'm telling you, is heavy, it's concrete. It's very concrete. Sometimes it can sound like, but it's not that. It's like, who saw the movie The Matrix? Okay. Good. So we can start from a point of reference. Matrix was a banging movie to me, and the reason why I appreciated it so much was because you remember at the end when Neo realized his potential, he started to see the binary code. Do you remember that? The whole world. Well, that's where I'm trying to be spiritually. I'm trying to see the word of God in the whole world. So every time that agent throws a punch, I'm like, I see you. Oh, okay. I'm just catching his punches. So I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid because I'm starting to see that. Things are just, situations materialize themselves and, oh, he's an agent. But here's the trick. Here's the trick. Here's the trick is that you have to remember that sometimes you can be an agent. You can be an agent to yourself. You can be an agent against someone else and not even realize that you're being used, That's the matrix.
Wow. I just gave you fire and I gave you water. Since he said that's the matrix. So, see, she said a few things. And I'm going to go with this. I'm going to read to y'all. She says that you can be right, but not righteous. You're right on the point. But where you fell at is when you hurt that other person, which makes you non-righteous. You're right, though. That's some funny stuff. When right and righteous, how that comes together and how that's separated. Then she talked about the matrix. How you can pinpoint the agents. Boom, bam, no problem. Oh, that's an agent. But when the agent's in you, how you pinpoint that? When the agent lives inside you, how you pinpoint that? Because, see, that agent is that ego. We got to be aware of that ego. That must make you a Neo, a Morpheus, because you morphosize. You changing. You evolving. You understand what I'm saying? You elevating. You ascending. Because you want to reunite with that supreme law of power that is not seen, but is seen at the same time. That's quantum. That's called quantum spirituality, y'all. God is here, but God is not here. God is king, but also God is me. God is you. And I'm going to read something to y'all in the Bible. And it's John 7, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And John is one of the 4 canonic gospels, right? So we're about to do a cipher, a tree of life, because you add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. 10. Okay? So let's go with it. Okay. The Jews were amazed and asked, how did this man obtain such learning without having studied? 16. My teachings is not my own. I'm going to repeat that statement, which is Jesus, what we call Jesus, the Messiah, saying, my teachings, my guru, is not my own. What? Let me read that John 7 again. And I'm going to tell y'all about 7. 7 is what? When God did what? Complete something. Okay. So, he says, my teachings, he says, my teachings is not my own. Jesus replied, it comes from who? From him who sent me. Wait a minute. Let's fast forward this right back again, because we're going to have to repeat this so it can sink into your collective awareness. John 7, 15, 16, 70 and 80 starts. The Jews were amazed and asked, how did this man attain such learning without having studied? Because see, they know that this man didn't go to the universities and schools. And how did he come up with this knowledge? Did you tell him? No, I ain't tell him. Did you? No, I ain't tell him. How about you? Did you? No, I ain't tell him. They're amazed. That's like called shock and awe. You're like, you're amazed. And he says, my teachings is not my own. Jesus is letting us all know that what he is teaching is not his own. It comes from him who sent me. Now Jesus is letting us know that he is the pupil and that he has got instructions from the teacher to teach. Oh yeah. Okay. 17. If anyone desires, now watch this, this is a banger. If anyone desires to do his will, he will know whether my teachings is from God or whatever. Right? I speak on my own. Rather, I speak on my own. This is, and I'm going to repeat this again. If anyone desires to do his will, he will know whether my teachings is from God or rather I speak on my own. Now wait a minute here. We are all taught as Christians that Jesus is the Word. And the Word was with God. And the Word was God. And the Word became flesh. Now how'd that work out? Right? This is a famous saying that they always say. The Word, because they want you, and it's not them. Remember, I gave you the hierarchy. Wait, it's Shaitan, who waits on the straight path. Then it comes his cliques of what you call my majesties, of all the religious teachers and scholars and things like that. And then the government, who orders and reinforce what the spiritual people say, because people got to remember, Shaitan, even though he's rebellious, he's still religious or spiritual. We got to remember that. So, and 17 says, if anyone desires to do his will, he will know whether my teachings is from God or rather I speak on my own. He doesn't speak on his own, y'all. He speaks by God, who sent him. Alright? So that gives a separation that we shouldn't be what? In the name of Jesus. Because that right there is saying, you're saying, I am given power in the name of something that was sent. This something is saying, don't say my name. Never say the name of God. See, but we forgot God's name. And this is why Islam came. And even now Islam is being attacked because Satan does something very interesting in this world. He attacks us physically, mentally, and spiritually. Oh yeah. Satan gets it in. Because people understand, when you think of Satan, you think of Lucifer. You think of a light bearer. He brings light. He brings light. Light. Like you see this room is lit. It's lit by what? Not the sun. That's what God created. It's light by Lucifer. That's what they call this, Lucy. Lucy. Right? Light bearer. So if you see colors in here, this is artificial light. This is Lucifer. Because you could distinguish, I got on black and white and light. But if I was to cut this off, and I could give you a fine example of that right now. Right? And the reason why you could see me, right now, is because of what? Because it's still light here. But if this was a blackness, you couldn't see my face, right? Alright? That's how darkness is. You can't see. You can't see until you turn on the Lucifer switch and you see light now. Now you can distinguish colors. But in darkness, there is no colors. Okay? But you see in darkness because owls and cats can see in darkness. So in darkness, there is light. But see, when we are tricked, when we are tricked in this hologram, we think that light is right. But we are born in darkness. How do vegetables and seeds, where do they grow? Where do they come into life? Underground, in darkness. In darkness. And by the real light brings down. Now they got artificial light, like the light you see right now. It's artificial light. This is the matrix. This is the hologram. Oh yeah, it gets real here. So, John 7, and remember that number 7 is very important. I want y'all to add up 7. 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or times it 7, and you're going to come out with some interesting numbers. Oh yeah, interesting numbers. You know, so Jesus wants us to know he doesn't speak on his own. Now he's not finished. 18. He who speaks on his own authority seeks his own glory. But he who seeks the glory of the one who sent him, is a man of truth. There goes Sata. In him there is no falsehood. Satagor, y'all. Satagor right there. That's Satagor right there. Let me read John 7 to y'all again. 15, 16, 17, 18. And this right here sums up why you shouldn't commit shirk with the Creator. You know what shirk is? Shirk is falsehood. That you believe that there's anything other that's with the Creator. Like a duality. Now, see, in the Kabbalah, it teaches you about what is called Keter, which means unity. And unity doesn't mean there's 1 and 3 and 4 and 5 and all of that. No, it just means that within the one, everything is together, is united within the one. So everything comes out of that one is still the one. It's unity. Everything that comes out of that one is within that unity of that one. But that one is not everything that comes out of it. But everything that comes out of that one is unity with that one. Do you understand here? There is a separation and division, even though the one brought it into creation. Isn't that? That's the marvel of what you call quantum physics and mechanics. Because that what you see is not what you see. How is that possible? I'm living in a parallel universe. It's like Dorothy. That what they saw wasn't really what it was. And any time they could have went home. But when somebody plays with your mind, with wavelengths, like if I know that alpha, beta, and theta, and delta, and all these cause different patterns and different things in your brain, and I understand about music and how it, right, and I understand about your ear canal and how it takes music in and how your brain breaks down music, you know, what am I doing? I am mastering you. Why I want to master you? Because I want to control you. You know, that's the architect. Remember, the architect was watching Neo through all the different screens and showed him his imperfection and his perfection. Because that's what he does the best. That's imperfection. Shows you, oh man, I messed up on that. But your perfection, when you are right, like Lauryn Hill says, you are right. But that doesn't help in righteousness. Oh yeah. So, in John 7, 15, 16, 17, 18, I'm going to read it again. It says, the Jews was amazed and asked, how did this man obtain such learning without having studied? My teachings is not my own, Jesus replied. It comes from him who sent me. If anyone desires to do his will, he will know whether my teachings is from God or rather I speak on my own. He who speaks on his own authority seeks his own glory. But he who seeks the glory of the one who sent him is a man of truth. In him there is no falsehood. Now let's turn to Proverbs 28 and 5. Okay? Evil men do not understand justice. And you know how but those who seek the Lord understands all things. So when we out there and we marching to a government that don't understand justice, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, but yet we are agents amongst ourselves, individually and collectively. We are agents against each other. We are the Abes and Cains and all of that you read about. We are those. We can be that easily. Trust me on that. Let me tell you something. I've slipped and fall and bust my butt numerous times on this planet Earth. I can tell you that. You know, because that's such a good. That's true teachings right there. That's true teacher. Teaching the truth. I slipped and fall and bust my butt in many different ways. But I can tell you something. I'm here to tell you that the Creator is the only one that we should worship. The only one we should worship. And when you think about this, like I said, when the Messiah came, he didn't come on his own glory. This is what Satan got us to believe by the writings and studies of Paul. That was Saul. You know, this is why we could become our own agents. Because sometimes we want to do things and we think we're doing things right, but we are really creating a chaotic atmosphere beyond our understanding because we are blinded by what we think is right. Because this world is illusion. It's like this. If I tell people we need to come together, right? And we can't come together, right? Why is that? Is it because they don't trust me? Or is it because they don't trust themselves? I will tell you plainly and simple. It's because they do not trust themselves. And when they are looking at me, they see the reflections of themselves. and saying this won't work because I don't see it in you. What do they not see in me? They don't see that thing that I talk about in Surah 7, where Shaitan says, I am better than him. People look for someone who is better than them, for they can serve that person, for they can see the glory in that person. Are you getting what I'm saying? And in that glory that they see in that person, they could start to worship that person and say, we finally have got a leader for us. And they just throw away the Creator. And the only one smiling is Shaitan, is Lucifer. And he says, great job, well done, leader. Black power, white power, Asian power, all types of power, Arab power, Quran power, you know, they be like Muslim power, Christian power, Jewish power, Catholic power, Hindu power, Buddha power, and everybody's throwing out their power signs. This is the teachings of the Creator. This is the teachings of the Lord. And if anybody don't take this, we'll kill you. Have every religion out there in the world has done something wrong to people? Yeah. Every government in the world has done something wrong to people? Yeah. Like right now, we have a system that's created by paper money that is a worthless object, that the government gives order that it is what it is, right? And that the religious peoples decreed it as so, meaning they put their blessings, put spells on it, all types of stuff on it, and then they dish it out to us. And they say, this is your God. This is your Ra. That's what the proverbial eye is on the dollar bill. This is your Ra. This is your eye. Right? This is the all-omnipotent, the one who sees all, the all-seeing, is a fake object that has no value whatsoever. It appears to have value because it's ordered and it's decreed. It's ordered by the government, it's decreed by the religions of the world. So how are you going to fight that? That's why it says that we do not fight only against flesh and blood, but against principalities and against rulers and against dark forces and finally against Lucifer himself, who sits on that throne. And then you know something? There's only one person that I know that sits on the throne. They call it the Holy See. It's the Pope. But the Pope is flesh and bones, right? So there's something above that throne, above that we cannot see because of how our eyes see. But when we use this middle thing, we see all things. Like it says that when we turn to Proverbs 28:5, it says, evil men do not understand justice. Who is justice? Justice, when you go to any Supreme Court and you look up and you see this idol, and you know, excuse me, women, for putting y'all into this equation, but it's a woman, and she holds a sword and she holds a scale, right, which weighs your deeds, and she's blindfolded. How she can't see, y'all, and she's judging you, blindfolded, not seeing. And they try to say that's impartiality. That's not impartiality. There's no equality in this, because it's a system that is created by people who believe they're not a part of the people. They're somebody special. They're gods and goddesses on this planet. They are of the righteous blood, and everybody else is a slave to them. This is why they say 10% of the people rule the world, and 90% serve and bows down to them. And the reason why we serve and bow down to them and take everything that they give us and create all this fear and anger and frustration and all types of negative emotions, and we kill each other, fight our brothers, fathers, mothers, uncles, cousins, nephews, grandmothers, grandfathers. We don't give a damn, just give me that damn dollar, or we don't give a damn, just give me that pride and ego, and I will murder and smirk and all types of stuff on somebody. You know, just like I tell people, and I'm gonna throw it out there. You know, when it was all cool when I threw booty parties back in the days, all cool. Everybody come up and ask me, yo, what do you need? How much? What you want, man? I bring that. You need anything else? You notice how people can come together for negative things, that have a negative outcome, that have no value whatsoever. But when you tell them, yo, let's come together and let's help each other get out of debt. These are the things that I want to do. Don't even put your name in there. Just get a paper or email me. Put, yo, listen, Sataguru, let's sit down and let's brainstorm this. Look, the Creator says this. You want to be chosen? Ask the Creator, Creator, can you forgive me for the things that I don't know that I think I know? May you have mercy upon my soul, my physical, my mental, my spiritual. Can you bring me to your fold? You know, the Creator is going to bring you, going to call you. And as you on that straight path, trust me, you will be tested. I've slipped and fell many times, only to get back up, brush it off, and say, come on, sucker, I'm ready for round two. And no matter how many times I slip and fall from this one, I get up and say, come on, sucker, I'm ready for round three. And he keep on saying, what in the world you keep on doing? You remember, who was it? Was it Dr. Thing? No. What's the one that, with the ring? When he fought the so-called evil force, he had to go out of space and fight this thing, right? That eats up worlds, right? What he kept on doing to him, he manipulated time. And the thing kept on destroying, it just got tight. And that's what Shaitan does to us. It keeps on. Like he says, I come to him like a raw lion. I come up, I come down, I come left, I come right. So imagine you got a fighter like that. He's fighting southpaw, all types of styles. Imagine he know every karate art out there. He's whooping your tab left and right. And he's thinking he hitting you with the best blows. And you keep getting up. After a while, you're going to get tired. You say, freak you. And walk off. Mad as hell. And the next person he sees, if they don't got what you got, they are done. We all know that. That's in the physical. We see that done. There are cats out there that or shot callers or shakers, somebody up, boy, real hard and terrible. Put fear in you, make your hair stand up. Shit, I'm bald-headed, make me have a damn afro. There's people out there like that. We all know this. Don't act like you don't know. But see, sometimes you gotta be a King Solomon and take that is dark and make it work for you as a slave, because you're the Creator's creation. And they bow down to you. They just forgot who you are. See, so, because we understand all things, Proverbs 28:5. I know as black people especially, we love to say no justice, no peace. You're damn right. we cannot get justice nor peace from an evil man nor a woman. If you ever looked at any building at the so-called Lady Justice, often depicted with a blindfold, because evil knows no justice, talking about impartiality, knows no peace, okay, means equal treatment of all nuns or disputants or fairness. The idea that justice should be applied without regards to wealth, poor, or other status, holding a guard in one hand, holding a sword in one hand and a scale on the other hand, disguising themselves as the Lord, have the nerve to say equal justice under the law. Whose law? That they are upholding? Satan's law. And we have to understand that, people. Let me tell you something. There are umpteen people who are religious. There are over, 4,000 different religious beliefs out there in the world. On all of them coming out of a single book and then just divided, just kept on divided. Like, if you're a Christian, what Christian you are? Or you're Catholic? Or you're Orthodox? Or you're Baptist, Pentecostal, Presbyterian, Methodist, Universal, Jehovah's Witness? You know, what type of Christian you are? What type of Muslim you are? What type of, are you a Sunni or are you a Shiite? You know, or you a Sufi or are you a Hamadi? You know, what type are you? And here's the thing. Out of all of them, they all have one book at first. They revised it, took some out, took some words out. Like people would say, oh, well, we know that the Bible came out of the Catholic Bible. Subtracted, they said these are not the words of God. They called them apart and threw them out and only have 66 books. But see, you can't throw the Creator out. This is why I love Islam. Because you could take a book, no matter what Arabs do. Because see, here's the thing with Arabs that they fail to realize. The Creator speaks to anybody non-verbal or create anybody to make them Muslim mean, and there's not a doggone thing y'all can do, because truthfully, Islam was before Prophet Muhammad was even born. The book came to confirm and recite that which was already here. Allah has already been known in the world. So don't play that bull crap on me. Because I've been to Saudi Arabia. So you can't play that on me. There is nothing. As it says, Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Don't play with me. That there is, God is only worship. There is none unto him. Nothing. So what are you talking about? When you add shirk upon the Creator, when you say La ilaha illallah and Muhammad Rasulullah, what is this nonsense? Glory to Muhammad and glory to Allah? Like, so what? Muhammad is a prophet and will be held accountable as well on the day of judgment. And y'all know this. So what y'all saying? Muhammad is the one that even Allah says, wait a minute, let me make a surah about you. Let me put you down. Let you know who's really the teacher here. He ain't know nothing about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing. He was a paganist worshipper. Y'all need to bow down to the Most High. And this is why things are happening around the world when you following falsehood. And you glorifying somebody that shouldn't be glorified. Rather, Christians too, Jews too, Hindus too, Buddhists too, everybody was given a prophet on this planet Earth. It is y'all religious governmental people and y'all master creator that y'all call is really Lucifer, who throws the light in your face and make y'all see something different. Got y'all on his doggone list. You sold your soul to the devil, didn't you? And guess what? I've given you the riches of this world. Didn't I tell you that I will make you rich? Just think about it. You got some of the richest preachers, pastors, imams, you name it, gurus, all types of stuff, whatever belief system, whatever they call the teachers is richest, and their people are poor, desperate, asking for food. Because y'all got control and power over the food. Y'all tell people they can't live nowhere. Y'all created these armies that force people to move and migrate it. Y'all done ravage and kill all types of native people who believe in the same religion you believe, just spoken different, like the flower example I gave. People, I'm telling y'all right now, God, Nami, Orani, Allah, Yahweh, whichever name you want to come with, that there's this one creator, Brahma, whatever name you come in with, this one creator, he says, there is nothing unto me. There is no second, there's nothing. That is our Islam. That is the deen. That is the straight path. Nothing. Like the Messiah says, he ain't come here to give glory. I don't even want glory. In fact, don't give it to me, please, because I'm just a horrible mess. I might just take a bottle of liquor and say, what? I just can't be me truthful. Because I want y'all to remember something. We're not looking at flesh and blood to uphold the banner of righteousness, because we are beyond this flesh and blood. Who were you before you were born? You don't even know. And who will you be after you decease from this world? You don't even know. But I can tell you who you are. You are the Spirit of the Most High, one who is to be praised in the physical, mental, and spiritual. You are not the Creator, but we are the essence of the Creator. We are not to have glory, but we are to serve each other. This is Islam. When people was hurt, Islam is supposed to protect the people who have been oppressed. But when Shaitan saw all prophets from all beliefs was out of the equation, he came because he stays on the straight path. No one cannot tell me that there is a belief out there that is not touched by Shaitan. And this is why God is King movement is so important. It is taking all of those spiritual texts. We are kicking all of those imams. Nah, I'm going with Sataguru. And we're just going to see what happens at the end. They won't do that. They're bringing the government. Right? And force you. We know this. They have poisoned the waters. They have given people diseases. Right? They have created starvation and famine. How you do that? You create dams and you control the water from that which goes down to the further parts of the land, and you starve the people out. You create wars and have them fight against each other, like Rwanda. You know why? Because when you're not focused by the Creator, you're deceived by the devil. Because you want to flip it and live the devil style. And that's what all of us do. Like I said, when I call for us to come together, I know people out there, we are poor. We are poor spiritually. We are prisonated spiritually. Sataguru is telling you that there is only one creator. And if you want to be a Hindu, because Hindu follows, it's more of your characteristics and personality, that is fine. But you got to get rid of those images. Because you and I know, in your own vocabulary words that you study, that there should be no images of the creator, Brahma. You know that. You know that. In the law, in Islam, you know what y'all doing. Y'all created, y'all done flipped it, and it became, and y'all have glorified Muhammad with the creator, saying, oh, well, we don't know how to pray. Prayer has already been established, and we know that. It's written on the walls, it's all over the place. Like no one knows Islam was there when Ibrahim was there. So all Muhammad did was confirm and recite what was already there. And I could tell people this, that Islam, the Quran, is so strong because it's the only spiritual text that is memorized word to word. And that's an achievement for any spiritual school of thought out there, aka what we call religions. That is a major feat. I'm not going to lie. For 114 swords, like 114 chakras, it's hitting all of them. Boom, 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 boom. Alright? And we talk about 99 names. 18. Alright? And when you think about that, 18. Right? 99 names. That's Pythagorean theory, what I did, right? That's 99 names. Okay, equals 18. Pythagorean theory math, which equals 9, right? Which means it's the end, right? It's the end. Okay? So it's the end, and when you flip that 9, it becomes 6, right? And when you flip it sideways, it looks like an eye of Ra, right? Or upside down and stuff like that, right? So we know that it's the end of sight, of seeing. That's why it's called the last seal. Because it's the end of text. The Creator doesn't need to give no more text. We know, we got that. We got this. And this is why Islam is being attacked by the forces of evil. Because they have no justice. And they have turned many people upside down. Look, I can talk about opium drugs. How they have taken drugs and put it in all of what is called C. Southeast Asia has a major problem with opium. Who controls that? Look at something called the Opium Conference. Who divided Africa and then created all of these disputes? These are people who learned from Shaitan. Because the only way you can divide people is when you have mastered or learned from a master. Shaitan says that he is the creator of this world, but they call him a prince. He's not a ruler of nothing. But when you believe he's the ruler, oh, he does rule. He does rule. You know, when you slip and fall with Shaitan, he knocked me down many of times. I'm just going to tell you that. Knocked me down many a times. But it's the glory and mercy of the Most High that made me see what I see today. You know, like Lauryn Hill talk about, like Matrix, like Neo, you start to see the binary codes and all the different mathematical codes. Sometimes when you look and you start to see like light spectacles coming down, you see in the codes. You see in the hologram illusions. You see in the light of Lucifer shining. Because once in darkness, everything is what? Neutralized. You don't see nothing. You don't see nothing. Try in your house. Turn off all the lights and just walk around. I guarantee you, your mind start playing tricks on you. You be like singing that song. Dan, you know. Mind playing tricks on you. Coolio joint. Right? So, let us not be deceived by Shaitan. Let us come together. I'm not looking for everybody in New York City to come together. Everybody in Cali or Asia, wherever you coming from, whoever reads and whoever listens, whoever sees and hears and understands what I'm saying. I'm not the creator. It's amazing. You're being called right now to get down with such a girl on this bringing us back together again to the basics. And I'm definitely a pupil in this. I'm definitely a pupil. My teacher is the Most High. I don't need glory, but what I look for is peace and love in us, because that's where we should be. All of this fighting and killing and distrust and envy and hatred, this has to stop. And we know morally deep inside that we're wrong. But you know what people say? I just gotta do it. It's the codes of the street. What code? What code? You know, what street? Whose street? Because any gangster that I ever seen, either there's laying in the street dead as a corpse, or laying in the street handcuffed by people have taken both ways. One has taken physical, and the other one has taken you mentally. And the only thing you got left is the spirit and the soul, and you're bartering in your soul. And the spirit goes back to the Creator, because the spirit is what keeps us flowing. Once that spirit is gone, our physical is gone. And the only thing that's left is our soul, that is held up by the silver threads of the universe cosmos. And even then there are people who try to cut that thread, because you're going to see the thread, and you're going to see the thread in the new movie called The Dark Towers. Those are the silver threads that hold up this tower, that holds up the reality of your existence. When somebody cut one is okay, right? Because notice you got, like the Creator created us on the 6th day, and in the 70 rest, we have 7 forms within the form. I say that again. We have 7 forms within the forms. So think about that. So every form you see, physical, we have 7 forms of the physical. Yeah. Every form you go to, ether, astral, whatever, mental, you have 7 within that too. So you do the math. That's a lot of forms. So that's a lot of breaking away, and that's why I like Lauryn Hill and I love Cardi B. And that's why they say, I don't know nothing. And she says, and Cardi B says, I'm not about this fake shit. You know, one talks like fire and one talks like water. But they both are given the same thing about the industry. And the industry is run by Lucifer. If you don't believe that, I'll tell you this. My Imam once told me, because he know about America. It's so funny when you live in another part of the country and you can talk to somebody about their history. He says, you as an African American or as a black person, y'all have so much to offer the world because y'all live within the belly of the beast, saturated by this beast. Understand this beast clearly. And when y'all rise up and resurrect, surely we will be right by your side. What is that? What do that mean? What do that mean? That means that we are special people. All we have to do is resurrect, y'all. Be aware and be caring towards each other, because we can't do it alone. This is the allegorical meaning of the shepherd with the sheep. About him going to find that one sheep. Imagine this. This is capitalism. Capitalism be like, man, fuck that sheep. So what? You got 99 sheep here. Just because of that one, you're going to go out there and fight to bring that one together, but did he not bring that one back together? Yes. This is the Creator. He does send many shepherds to us to bring us back together again. And I'm not saying I'm a shepherd. My name is Lambert. I'm a lamb. But I'm a Sataguru now. And I'm telling y'all, the Creator wants you back. Because the Creator loves us. Do you love the Creator? Do you love God? Do you want to be with God? Well, come and join God is King movement. And we're going to learn all the beautiful teachings that God gives us on this planet Earth together as one. This is not a one world religion. This is a one world spirituality, and it's many beautiful different languages and different styles coming together collectively. It's like saying Voltron and all of us coming as one. Peace and blessings. Hotep, Shalom. And as Buddha say, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina amdaka alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. Take care, brothers and sisters, and thank you for watching Sataguru's channel. Peace and blessings. And those who want to come together with me, we are starting this brand new, fresh out the pack. Loving you for your loving kindness, loving you and what you have, the knowledge that you have, and coming together and sharing it and creating a Voltron. Because I can tell you right now, Hindu is really a one creator belief. The only difference is y'all been miseducated. Kemet is really a one creator belief. But I can tell you right now, you've been miseducated. Islam, Judaism, Zoroastrian, all of these beliefs are really Buddhism. All of these beliefs are really a one creator's belief. But you've been miseducated. Come back to the one. Because the one loves you. And we unite with the one. There is no second unto the one. There is no ascribing partnerships to the one. There is no companion to the one. Peace and blessings. And take care. And thank you for listening. May you leave your comments. And if you want to contact me, my name is Arrow I 71 Gmail. Arrow, like an arrow. I 71 Gmail. That's my real official tissue email. So email me. and let us come together, because it is time. Take care. Lala Tov. Peace be upon y'all. And let's bring this earth back to Tuckum Alum.